Hey guys, what we're going to be doing today are our chocolate chip muffins, and we're going to be doing two different recipes, recipe A and then recipe B. The only difference between the two is A is going to use baking powder, which is this one, and then the recipe B will use baking soda instead. Okay, so we're going to have our dry and wet ingredients separate. I've already preheated the oven to 350. I've lined our muffin liners and sprayed each one with Pam, okay? And set that aside. In a small bowl, you're gonna put all your dry ingredients. So we're gonna use this one first. Okay. I'm gonna use a half cup twice, okay, for 1 cup of flour. And then 1/4 of baking cocoa. And then 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Okay. Okay, so you need to whisk this together until it's well combined. And then you can set that aside. Okay. Now we're going to use the larger bowl for our wet ingredients. And you do need a hand mixer for this. So the butter needs to be unsalted butter, okay? I went ahead and put both sticks of butter in the microwave for about 30 seconds. You don't want to melt the butter, you're just softening it, okay? If you melt it, it's not going to come out right, and if you don't soften it, then it's also not going to come out right, okay? And then you are creaming together the butter with the brown sugar, and you need a half cup of brown sugar. Should get fluffy. Okay. Okay. And we need to add our other wet ingredients, which are the vanilla and eggs, one at a time, okay? So the amount of vanilla you're gonna need is 1 teaspoon. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and just crack 1 egg for now. And then the second egg. we're going to do is we're going to put half of the dry ingredients in. Let me see. Times turn speed halfway, make chocolate batter. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put just half of this in here, and then we're going to mix it for a little bit. Remember, because the flour is incorporated, we do not want to mix it too fast because we don't want to create too much gluten. Okay. And then we're going to put some milk. We need a total of a half cup of milk. So we're going to do half of the 1/2, and then we'll do the other half later. Go ahead and put the rest of the dry ingredients. And blend it together again. And then the rest of the milk will go in. Easy way to get all the chocolate off is while it's still on, hit it against the bowl and it'll fling off of the whisks. Okay. The next thing that we're going to need to do is to fold in the baking chips. Okay. We do need a half cup of this also. Okay. So what it means to fold in is you are grabbing the batter from underneath and flipping it on top. So it's not the stirring motion, it's you're flipping from underneath and then bringing it to the top. Okay? So you're rotating the spatula. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to show you what the batter looks like in a second because it is lighter in color. And remember, we were talking about acids and bases. So acids are light and fluffy while bases are dark and flat. Okay, so this looks pretty light in color for chocolate. Okay, so we know that there is acid in this one. And if you could see the batter, it is pretty fluffy as well. Okay. So I'm going to set this stuff aside so we can bring in our cupcake liners. Okay. Usually what I do is I grab the, this one actually is a good size, the 1/4 cup. You can scoop it out and put it into your muffin liners. Okay. You are not going to fill up the muffin liners all the way to the top, okay? It's going to be about 3/4 the way full, okay? The consistency of this is kind of like mousse. It's really, really fluffy right now. It should be enough batter to make 12 muffins. Okay. It's good to scrape down the batter with your silicone spatula so you can get it all in the measuring cup. Okay. I think I might have enough batter for one more. It might be a smaller muffin, but that's okay. This one's going to be a little bit smaller. What you could do is take some from another one that's a little bit fuller than all the others. Okay. So I'm going to grab a little bit from this one, just so it can be kind of the same size as all the others. Okay, so we're gonna put this at 350 for about 18 to 22 minutes. And the toothpick should come out clean without any batter on it. And that's when you know it's ready. Okay, I'll show you what it looks like in a little bit.